The building that we're in is called PA2. It's a permanent supportive housing program for formerly homeless families. It's a certain level of trauma that a person experiences when they move from living on the street or in a shelter to their own space. It's easier to go through the day-to-day, trials and tribulations of being homeless, just waiting in line, waiting for food, waiting for this. But it's a little bit more difficult when you are in your own space and you are there and you have to come face to face with the traumas that led you to become homeless in the first place. People need services 24 hours a day, or sometimes they need services that go beyond 4 and 5 o'clock. It could be anything. Someone who is in need of food, someone who needs a haircut, someone is presenting symptoms where it feel like it may be self-harm or some major event that happened in their life that we feel that this person needs a wellness check. I go knock on doors and I try to have one-on-one time with our residents just to see what's going on with them. I have your food bags. Okay. When your basic needs are being met, then you start to focus on other things like community. They work with a case manager, they work with me, a residential coordinator, and our main goal is to try to get our residents integrated back into the community. There's a lot of skills that they don't have, and also the skills that they learn surviving in the shelter aren't always transferable in the community. So I feel like our job is to sort of bridge that gap and just put in place a curriculum and activities where our residents can make that transition a little more easier.
I was wondering if I can get a couple of things out the pantry.
Of course. Some of the skills that we teach them could be shopping, it can be cooking, it can be resume writing.
Mr. Tony, yes, he's helped me, with support, job searching. He helped me out with the computer, my mental health issues, being a better parent. He brought me up when I was down. Thank you, Mr. Tony,
You're welcome.
for everything. And I can't thank him enough for it.
We'll have little events in our community room just specifically for the kids. Come on in, guys. We do a kids cooking class.
Okay, so first we're gonna put our meat down, right?
Movie night. So when you come into a theater, they're gonna do what?
I got tickets.
Take out tickets. Arts and crafts. When I first met KJ, he was a little withdrawn. And a lot of that came from him assuming responsibility for taking care of his mom. When you are a child and you're living with a parent who has a mental health diagnosis, a lot of times it can be a lot of role reversals where the child is the one that's caring for the parent. My goal here is to allow our children to just be children. When I noticed that our children were coming to our events and taking food and giving it to their families, the rule that I came up with was, once you are in this event, your role right now is just to be a kid. You are not responsible for taking care of anybody in your family. I want you to sit down and enjoy your meal and enjoy the company.
It's a good place to have fun and get out your comfort zone. Sometimes I like to be alone, but then when I come down here, I be open, talk to people, and play with friends.
Make sure your mom gets this. This is the tacos that we made today. She can make these at home with her, okay? All right. I feel like I'm able to connect with our residents. I feel like our residents can come and talk to me about pretty much anything, and they know that I'm gonna try my best to try to make sure that it gets resolved. I feel like it's important that all of our kids feel like they are loved, they're protected, and they're valued. That's how I feel like I'm making a difference.